Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, hey.
Tell us your name and who you are.
I go by the real Jeanna Petty.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, who am I?
Yeah, who are you? What do you do?
I like to think I'm a fabulous person. No.
Which you are. That's why you're here.
I am a Southern girl, born in Texas, raised in Alabama, a mom of two, an entrepreneur, an author. I love helping people. I style hair by day. I like to think a multifaceted type of person.
Jack of all trades.
At the end of the day.
Or queen of all trades, either one.
Something like that.
Yeah. So welcome into Taboo Topics. We're just gonna be asking you a few questions, getting your opinion on things. You know, like state versus a church, stuff like that. You know, kind of just give and throw something out there for us.
Can we stay away from politics?
We might get a little bit of that, but not too much. Not too hasty. Yeah. So, staying in your lane. What does that mean to you?
Ooh, number one, it means a lot now more than ever for me. But staying in your lane for me means staying focused on even if you have an ultimate goal that might require multiple lanes, staying in that one lane that gets you to the next step, if that makes sense. Staying in and focus on what you do, what your strengths are, more than anything. So, in a nutshell, that's what I would say.
Okay. Have you seen others jumping into your lane, or not just specifically, just lanes? You know what I'm saying? And how do you go and read about that? Like, how do you navigate through that?
Navigate through other people jumping in my lane?
Jumping in your lane, or just in general?
That's interesting. Number one, I probably show a little bit too much grace because I find myself sometimes jumping in other people's lane. But how do I deal with it? That's an interesting question. I never thought about it.
That's why you're here again.
Y'all gonna give me a second on that one.
Okay.
How do I stay in my... Wait, when you said how do I go about...
Other people are just, what do you think about, or when you see it out, like, what does it make you feel?
I would imagine it can feel frustrating sometimes. You also have to let people see sometimes, you know what I mean? And then how I go about it as well is continue to focus and think about what I'm doing.
Right.
Just staying focused, on me for sure. Not getting too distracted by other people jumping in. Because if you know what you're doing and you have good intentions, things will work out no matter what happens.
Yeah, you kind of ultimately will center yourself kind of in that kind of realm.
Right, yeah. Being cautious and not allowing them to distract you,
Most definitely. Not
sometimes like indirectly encouraging them to go back into their lane, if that makes sense.
That makes plenty of sense. That makes plenty of sense because I feel like when you do that, it's kind of like this. It's a test. It's a testament to you. You know what I'm saying? To you and for others. Because I think it's ultimately flattering that they do it, but then also it's like, well, hell, like I said, when you focus on you, nothing else shouldn't really matter at the end of the day.
Yeah. And then you can take advantage of it in some ways. It might be a good thing that they're in because if you are maybe a step ahead of them, they could possibly assist you. You can collaborate and work together, essentially, and also help them see if this is a lane for them.
Right. So, what do you think about toxic situations? Well, what is a toxic situation? Most toxic situation you've ever been in?
Ooh, for me.
Let's get juicy now.
Okay. I guess I can share this.
Okay.
Because it was kind of recent. But dealing with somebody and overly trusting them. And I'll say I definitely beat myself up more about it because I ignored all the red flags.
You've seen these motherfuckers.
Yeah. I knew, and I just continued to still be cautious, but deal with the situation. Sometimes we have to go through that. To see what you don't like and learn from it.
Right.
So, I definitely think you want to steer away from them, from being in toxic situations.
But toxic is so fun sometimes.
Oh my God. It can be, but sometimes fun ain't always good.
You're right.
And it's only temporary, It's temporary. And it bites you in the butt later. But I was dealing with a person who, ended up being just completely opposite of who they said they were. They were like
something
in and out of jail, portrayed to just be somebody that they weren't. Yeah, it got to be ridiculous. So.
Well,
anyway,
but at least you gave it the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? You didn't prejudge anything. You kind of, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you say grace, I guess that's a good thing as well. You know, you didn't just kind of like nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
You kind of like gave it a shot.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and for me, naturally, that's what I do. It sounds like, again, it bites me in the butt sometimes because that's just who I am. Like, I give a little bit too much grace. So yeah, but. Toxic can be good, you know. We gotta have a balance too. So. Just a little bit.
Evil is good.
You know what? I ain't even gonna say a balance of it because you're not gonna ever have a balance of it. But a little bit of that, and then a lot more of not toxic.
Well, tell me about a situation that's not toxic that is actually came to be work in your favor or benefit you.
Any situation.
No, just relationships.
Okay,
in general.
Something that ended up not being toxic.
That kind of was like it just, man, I learned so much from this man or whatever.
To tell you about it. I'd like to highlight my children's father, my relationship with my children's father, honestly. It could seem toxic, but I wouldn't necessarily consider it toxic. I would just say, there's ups and downs in situations and things, but it was always for me it was okay.
Experience.
I learned a lot. I think we both taught each other a lot, and I got 2 beautiful children out of it, and also still a good relationship with him, in my opinion.
Man, that's
somebody
great.
At minimum, like somebody who I know I can always look to, and they still gonna care at the end of the day.
Right. So y'all still have a good bond.
Yeah, I like to think so.
That's good.
Sometimes it's rough when it comes to communicating or whatever, but yeah.
I mean, what relationship is perfect?
Right. That's true.
I mean, with anybody, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's a good thing. Let me ask you something with dealing with money. Okay, why is it, do you think, that the black dollar does not stay in our community?
That could be a lot of things. I think that we suffer a lot from the shiny object syndrome more than any other culture or race of people.
Right. But we drive the culture too as well, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. We definitely drive it. But when it comes to our dollar, we don't. I think it only circulates maybe 2, maybe 3 times. It might not even get past 1.
Exactly. Because soon as we get that dollar, we going straight to the Jordan, to the shoe store.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't even.
Yeah. If I think about it, I mean, shit. When I'm making money, for example, when I'm doing hair, I'm taking it right over to the hair store, and it's not typically owned by black people.
Us.
So yeah, that makes sense. But sometimes we don't have a lot of control or input into other industries that we spend money in. So like the hair stores, I don't see too many of us investing in that for us to even have access to spend $1 like that. Also, I think it's embedded in us on a subconscious level to not spend our dollar within our community. So it could be a lot of things, a lot of reasons.
Yeah. I mean, it's multitude of things that could be that, Like I said, we kind of are a little shallow, or do we get the stigma of, I don't trust them, you know what I'm saying? It's like a Willie Lynch kind of like.
I was going to get into that too. I mean, and let's be real, sometimes it is tough because you don't know who really is, has good intentions with financial intelligence, right?
Right.
A lot of people are still learning, so it is tough sometimes to maneuver within your community. But, we can do our best to continue to practice and
support each other. I'm all about support of one another, you know.
Sometimes it takes you a time or 2 to get through to figure out who, but but getting out there and doing it is really, just doing it is the part, though. Yeah, for sure.
So moving on, if you were the governor of this state of Alabama, what would you do? What would you change about it?
Ooh.
Matter of fact, let's go. If you were the first woman president, how would you move about it?
Ooh,
what would you change?
That's big. What would I change?
Yeah.
Probably the educational system first.
Okay, tell us why.
Because I don't think right now the education system teaches people how to work for other people, which is not a bad thing, but it also limits the masses.
Top out.
Yeah, when in reality, from what I've learned, the system and economics is based around entrepreneurship, owning businesses, and creating those jobs. But there are a lot less people who are in those positions.
Of course.
Which ultimately can grow us to live better lifestyles and be better people and things like that. So I would change that up. Put a lot more of financial education into the system. A lot more life lessons, personal development, because they're not teaching that either. A lot more about the mind, how the brain works, how energy is real. Like I'm assuming, I can't remember at this point because school was what it was, but I mean, we learned a little bit about energy, but not enough to really know like we are energetic beings,
right?
And can really make some things happen. Like,
thrive off that.
We really do every day. We just not aware of it.
Of course.
Yeah. So.
But let me go rewind a little bit. If we did do that, there would be too many chiefs, not enough Indians. How would you think about that? Because this country's capitalistic and is built off of cheap labor.
I think I agree with you to an extent. And the reason why I say that is because I think about the industry that I've been in, which is network marketing, and we push personal development. And the business model it's voluntary. So with that being said, we have tons of people coming to our industry, but a lot of times they don't do anything.
So they're just basically there. They're just a face.
Yeah.
Just to be.
And they play a minor role, and collectively it still works out. But people still don't take action, even if they take the training and they do the work and they learn. They still don't necessarily all apply it.
Right.
So I think it still could be a balance there, or not even a balance, but a point where we don't have too many chiefs.
Yeah.
And also, we have to, even though everybody may be able to play that chief role, we have to still emphasize that everybody has a role to play. And you being a chief might not be that role.
Yes, I agree. Most definitely.
And sometimes you don't want to be the chief, right?
This is true.
Like you can
sometimes
have a lot more fun
and
do well, not being the chief or the face.
Exactly. Because some people like to play the background. You know. Okay, then. So, what mark would you leave? Not dealing with your family, not dealing with kids or anything like that. But what mark would you want to leave on this earth to let you know that you were here?
Honestly, what mark would I leave? Honestly, like I like to think that me just continuing to thrive and grow and touch one person at a time and speak life into one person at a time and just live my life, really. Like not limit myself, because a lot of people tell me to this day, like, oh, you're an inspiration. And sometimes I'm like, am I really? That's cool, So, but a lot of it is just me just being a person that's excited to learn and continue to grow and not give up. And just continue to progress,
right.
And not, get to a certain point where I'm like, I'm good.
Stagnant?
Yeah. Or too comfortable.
I hear that.
Yeah, I just, I think over time it might not be what I think would be massive or whatever, but I think that'll happen for sure, just continuing to
just drive, you know what I'm saying? Get better.
Right, exactly.
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Well, that about wraps us up for Taboo Topics. What would you like to sign off with? What slogan you want to give out there to the world?
What slogan do I want to give out to the world? Can I do two? Okay, because I want to...
Okay. You got the floor.
Okay. The first one is that I want to just say I love you, because most people hate people for no reason. And so I'm going to continue to push love, spread love, and vibrate that. And I'm trying to think of what.
You're trying to think of some slick to say.
No, I really am. And then I don't want to use a certain language. Let's see. And then you said I gotta watch my cursing too. Okay. Let me just say it like this. F what people think. Keep doing you.
Right.
Strive for more, and stay focused.
That's what I'm talking about. Love the energy. That concludes us on Taboo Topics.
Thank you.
Give them your where they can find you at.
Sure. So you can find me on Instagram at The Real Jeanna Petty. That's JEANNA. Last name Petty, Petty. And I'm basically, if you type that in, one word on any platform, so YouTube, TikTok, any of these places, you can find me under The Real Jeanna Petty. And yeah, tap in with me.
All right. And that's a wrap.